Welcome back. So this is about working on secure boot approach number 12. Okay, so what we have done so far is working on what we have done so far is working on this SHA-250 SAM support, which I have done offline. So now we have wait, this is not right terminal. So we have here this stuff, which is yeah, I'm not sure which one of these are offline or not, but there has been some fixes about SHA-256 SAMs, okay, and now it works as expected. So when you run everything, it says that you skipped the load if you already have a SHA-256 SAM file. However, I have thought that it was not good enough, because if wget fails, then the script should return an error. So this is the one which should return an error, and then the SHA-256 SAM file should not be generated. Otherwise, we might be able to download an empty string that it's not there, and so on, or partial download that it's not there. So this is something that needs to be taken into account. So let's take a look how the hell we would do this. So the first thing, it's about running this and also create a hash only if the script has been run in the right way. And so how do you know if the script has been run? Okay, so you need to edit the different scripts so that they work as expected. So we want this, maybe not this one, but we want to open them and see what they have. So what you want to do here is to open this one here. Let me open more stuff. So Ubuntu 1 and IA32 one. Yeah, so let's see. So what we can do here is something like having a variable about this, and then just yeah, so basically what you want to do here is have a variable which is download return status, which is going to be 0. Okay, and yeah, so the idea is that you return this value. I think return, yeah, you exit with this value because this is an script. And so what you exit here is the load return status. So the question is, how the hell do you modify this when something fails? And the way of doing this, I think it's just like doing like this. So if wget works, then you don't need to run the other one, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe you just want to do something like that. If this happens, then the load return status is 1. Although this is quite yeah, this is quite, I think this is easier to understand. what this is going to do. So it's something like this. So you want this for all of this. Yeah. I think this is what you want to do. Let me check if this makes sense from a point of view. So what about setting this to 0? Okay. And now I'm going to say false, or this is 1, because false is going to return an error. And now we can check what's the value from here. The value is 1, so this is what we want to do. Yeah, so that's it. Basically that's it. I mean, we could make, I mean, there might be some errors here, so we don't want to fail if there is any error here. We just want to make sure the wget is the right thing. So that's why we have this thing about checking the wget. Okay, so we should do the same thing here on the rest of the code of the files. So we have this here and also here. Okay, and down here we exit with whatever is being modified or not. So if there is no error with the, do we have an extra lines? Yeah. So if there is no error, then there is no problem. Okay, so up here we have this and this. Okay, and finally we need to add this into all the wgets so that it works as expected, and that's it. So everywhere where there's a wget, we just add this, and that's it. So I think that's what you want to use here. I mean, and the same thing needs to happen on this download here. Yeah, that's right. Look at that. Make sure that everything has been downloaded the right way. Okay, so we should be fine right now. So let's take a look what the hell we have done so far. So you have this download, return a status to 0, then you modify a lot of wgets. Okay, and in the end you exit with the download return status, and we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, exit. Let's see if it's the same thing here. Exit, and finally this Super Grub mk common stuff. Yeah, and if this is right, then you create this, otherwise you do not create it. Yeah, okay. So now we should be able to have this here, and we also need some documentation about this somewhere. I mean, how to contribute to something. Let me open what the hell is this? How to okay, here it is. Okay, so how to contribute Panther the snip sector, which run this run, it's a one. Okay. Also, it's advice that the script returns exit 0 if everything went okay, or exit 1. Also, it says by the script returns an error, exit different than 0. Non-zero if there was a problem, like not being able to download the stuff. Okay, so this is what we want to have here also. It might not be good enough explanation, but probably someone else will fix it later. Okay, so this should be secure boot, and yeah, so what's the deal? Let me see. Make sure to handle WCase, W failure, so that files are not created. Okay. I think this is going to work as suspected. We should test it, but yeah. So probably we want to build this again just in case. So you want to pull this, and you want to build this again just in case. But while this is being built, that now that I think about it, this is not going to work as expected because the SHA are there. So yeah, so here we skip download. So I want to know what happens when you download the stuff and it's okay. So let me delete. Where are you? Yeah, let me delete this so that it downloads the stuff again. Okay. And after this fix, after this check, we will see how this is working. Okay, so look at that. Here you download the stuff. Let's see if it fails or not. I mean, the only way that I have to check if it has failed or not is just running it again and see if it skips downloads or not, or maybe checking the SHA-256. But yeah, let's run this again once it's finished, so that we can see how everything went okay because you managed to, yeah, maybe we should output something when it fails. I mean, we don't output anything from here, so you have this download, but if it fails you don't know about it. So yeah, yeah, maybe this should be something like download the start, and then we can do something like, if this went well, let me see, if this went well, then you can create this, or you can say, so you can create this, so this is probably you want download failure, okay? Yeah, so you can have download okay or download failure, okay? So when it goes okay, it's going to create the chat something, otherwise it's not going to create this. Yeah, that's nice. Download the start, download okay, download failure, then skip download if you want. Probably make sure, yeah, probably we want this in the same commit, because that's how you do that. So let's see, we want to remove this and we want to reset soft this so that we can pull stuff. So let's remove everything from here. We should probably, damn it, this is not right. We should probably restore this again. And now we can pull this with the right stuff. Now the download should work as expected, and we will have this probably into the right place. Let's see what happens here. So download start. Now you should have download okay for this same thing. Okay, and yeah, I mean, this is a bit load failure. I mean, yeah, failure start. Okay. Oh, look at that. There's a failure. Why is that? And I didn't know about this failure here. Oh, look at that. We have failure. That's not good. But what I want to do here is something like this, so that we can have this the same place. 41. Yeah, so how to start or load failure. It's everything into the same place. what does happen in any of this? So exit the load, return a status, exit the load, return a status. Yeah, are we modifying any of this somewhere that it should not be modified at all? What is the problem? Okay, let's take this improvement and let's amend the commit, and now let's just restore a stage, restore this, and we probably can go like this. Do we have problems? Why so? But I have make. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. Restore a stage, restore, and now I can pull. I forgot about the reset soft. Okay, so now we should be able to. What's the thing here? Yeah, we should be able to run this again by so we should remove this and run the load here, and that's where we are going to find that we are not able to download something, and hopefully we can fix it, because otherwise this is going to be nuts. Okay, so download, start, and everything is going to be the same length. So, oh damn it, download, okay, needs 2 spaces more. I mean, start needs 2 less. Okay, let me check. Start needs 2 less. Oh yeah, because this does not start in the same place. It makes sense. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm going to fix this, but download failure. So the Ubuntu binaries, I cannot download Ubuntu binaries. Look at that. That's not good. Let me see. So let's fix the stuff related to this. So if you take a look here on secureboot.disk, we shouldn't have the Debian, the Ubuntu ones, and that's right, we don't have the Ubuntu ones, but we have the rest of it. So now I'm going to run these wget commands manually on my computer so that it's easier to do some stuff, because otherwise there's wget Ubuntu, because I'm not going to do this otherwise. So we want to download everything that it's there. So let me see. So Ubuntu, it's here, and I thought that this was downloaded without any problem, but apparently there's something wrong somewhere. So let's remove this. Okay. This should not be a problem. What about this? This is a problem because they remove a staff, and then I should be updating some of the URLs so that everything is okay. But maybe it's an error that I managed to do. So let me check. Okay. So far I do not see anything wrong here. I wonder if it's some sort of security measure that avoids avoids downloads that are okay. We need to download more stuff. What about this? I mean, we should probably have something about outputting where the problem is, so that the same script says, look, the error was here. That way everything is better. Look at that. Is it there? Here there is a problem, isn't it? There's an H which should not be there. Okay. Okay, so this was the source code, which was not here, but you know, something happened. Okay, so now we should be able to fix this properly. So let me fix this right now, because I think that I'm going to make another commit. So this is going to be a commit. So secureboot.dx64 Ubuntu download. So this is going to be secure boot. HTTP typo. Okay. So you can see how this was not downloaded as expected. And now we should be able to download everything again, so that we can check that this works as expected. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so now we have start okay, start okay, okay, okay. So the loads have been okay, and now we're going to run this again, and let's see what happens. Okay, so now we can check that we skipped the load. Okay, so this is nice. Okay, so nice. So now if you take a look at secureboot.disk something, you have everything: Debian, Ubuntu, and then the Debian about IA32 is also here. Okay, so we are done. So let me see. So we have managed to handle W filer. That's nice. Okay, so this is the description line, which it's better than to have description line so that you can use it somewhere. So let me check. So the description line, yeah, this is the description here. So this is Debian so far. Okay, and yeah, you can copy this and just drop it. So the IA Debian should be the same thing, and the Ubuntu one should be different, and that's where we say Ubuntu. Then we can say Ubuntu. Let's see what are the official desktops of Ubuntu's. So Ubuntu official distros, something like that. Ubuntu flowers, yeah. What are, oh my god, how many Ubuntu flowers? So let's write this down. Ubuntu, Ubuntu Budgie. Okay, so I guess that every one of them, it's going to use exactly the same vendor, so we should be working as expected, you know. Ubuntu made with capital letters, because why not? Ubuntu Studio, how many flowers do they have here? Ubuntu Unity. Yeah, I mean, you must have a quite big screen to see all of this. So I'm going to remove Kylin because I don't think. Let's remove Ubuntu Unity and Ubuntu Studio. Yeah, Ubuntu Bachi. Do you think the Ubuntu Bachi? Okay, well, this is bias, but this is what I'm going to write here, because else this is going to be quite long. And so Debian, maybe we can put some derivatives, but you know, we don't know which derivatives use the same code as Debian. Yeah. Debian and derivatives. I mean, which ones? So we have these derivatives, Debian derivatives, but I don't think they use. There's the census, which is somewhere. So my question is, are you using secure boot from Debian or your own secure boot? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so yeah, so far I'm going to use this description thing, and so you also need to update how to contribute. Where to save your description. FE platform, yeah, that's okay, yeah. We already had this. So yeah, let's see how the hell do we do this. So if I'm not mistaken, we had something, probably this file here. So let me see. So you've got something, the load secure boot UEFIs. Yeah, but build secure boot CFG is around here. So if you take a look here, you have Synorex, okay, and here you've got the secure boot menus. This is where we are going to play here, okay. So here we have a platform and we have a vendor, okay. So this is a vendor from the secure boot binaries dir vendor stuff, and so what you want to do here is to take the same vendor but from, so you want to have here the description, which is going to be description so this is going to be vendor description, and so this is going to be something like taking a look at the place where secure directory secure boot directory download dir. Is this what I'm looking for? Yeah, download dir. Yeah, so yeah, so we want to use this on, where the hell was this? Secure boot. What the hell is the description that I was, okay, here. So you want this to be, let me see, Debian description, so that's what you want to have. x64 Debian description. Where are you? Here it is. Debian description. This needs to be the first line, and that's it. The vendor description should be used here, not down here, but here. Okay, so yeah, so instead of x64 we should have the EFI partition, which is this one, and instead of vendor we should have this vendor from here. Nice. And hopefully this is the right place with the load dir with this description stuff, which everyone should have here. So probably can do head -1 and that's it, but you know, I prefer to do it like this. So this should be a new commit because the last one is this typo, so this should be a new commit. So this Super Grub MK common, and then we have all of these descriptions that it's about the descriptions. Secure boot, add long descriptions to the add long description to the secure boot, to the change secure boot vendor menu. Okay, so that means that now we should be able to have this and build this again, and I don't think I need to delete SHA-256 because whatever you have here as menus, it's something related to it's something related to this thing, you know what I mean. Okay, so now we have the skip download, but we should have these new menus. So let's unpack this, let's uncompress this so that we can test it on in our virtual machine here. And let's see what happens. So press ESC, boot monitor, Super Grub2 Disk, and now we can change secure boot vendor. You can see how you have Debian. You've got here, yeah, Ubuntu. You press right and it goes into it. So I'm going to remove one of them. Bachi. Yeah, so I'm going to remove last one from Ubuntu. Oh, wait a moment, this is not the right place. Did I actually open description files here? Okay. check. So Debian, I want Ubuntu description. Okay, let's keep batch even if I don't know about it too much. So now we can fix this. I mean, yeah, here we can fix this. By the way, we should be able to delete the Secure Boot 3 that I had back in the day. So commit amend, and here we should be able to reset this, see what the hell is this all about. Should probably use hot if I know that I don't mind losing stuff, but as I am not sure, I'm just going to do it. Okay, let me see. Untracked files. Yeah, so it means that I want to restore Super Grub common, MK common, that's right. And then I want to delete these files because they did not exist before, and now I can pull this like this. Okay, what about this? Let's wait for this to be built. Now it's going to skip the download so that I don't have to wait too much when everything is been done here. Look at that, download was skipped. Okay, so we want to uncompress this. And now we should be able to go into here and run this again and see what happens. So I press ESC key, boot manager, boot from the third hard disk or whatever. And now I have Ubuntu with x64. You can see it. I mean, you know that it's x64. And you got Debian with some derivatives that are about there. Yeah, okay, so yeah, look at that. So we can change into Ubuntu, or we can change back into Debian. And that's it, my friend. Nice. Okay. So I think we have most of it done right now. Maybe add the description. Okay. And now we should work with this thing about having the classic version towards having the non-classic version, which is the Secured Boot one. Well, it should not be quite difficult to do, if you ask me. So yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, this is related, yeah, this is related to this file here and the one which is not. So here you can see how you've got the ISO file name, okay, and here you have the ISO file name. So ISO file name is being defined somewhere, I guess. Here it is, multi-arch, and here is secure boot. So damn it, where the hell are you? Okay, so this is secure boot, and this one is not secure boot, so we need to switch this, and I'm not sure if this is the problem. Is the load stuff, because I guess this is not used when making the news, although I might be wrong on it. So we've got a script to make the news, I think. Yeah, okay. Official release. Release news. Yeah, so we should have here release news. Generate the load news, which has a lot of stuff. Yeah, and generate the load news is this, and that's it. There is no link to what we usually have as files. News templates downloads.html. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So downloads, news templates, downloads, and there's also news releases. Yeah, maybe this is done from here, from news templates. So downloads, new something here. Look at that. Here you have the multi-arc version, and this needs to be changed into whatever we want to have. So this will need to be changed to. Look at that. Here's the secure boot version, which I had already make sure that was here. Although now we're going to make it different, so that the first one is the classic one, and yeah, okay. So first of all, we're going to change whatever is found here. So let me see. So what we want is this secure boot one. We want same exact name here. However, we want this to be classic. Okay, classic. And here we want to just use this name so that it becomes, damn it, so that this names becomes the current one. So the version with secure boot is this one, okay, and the version without secure boot is this one here, the classic one, okay. So once we have made this change, we should change to the loads, because otherwise this is going to collapse into oblivion. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to say that this is classic version, because I think this is the right way of doing this. This is a classic version, so download classic something something, and the other one, it's, yeah, the other one, it's going to be the newest one. So this newest one, it's not going to have secure boot, so it's going to be like this. So secure boot, and this is to load classic. Yeah, I mean this should be classic also here. So let's move this to the app side so that it's the first download available. Okay, so look at that, secure boot enabled, and also the recommended one. Maybe we can say something like secure boot non-enabled. Secure boot non-enabled. Yeah, this is the classic one. So this is going to be classic. Okay. Wait a moment, classic. Do you write classic with 2S? That's right, or not? Classic English. Yes, isn't it? Classic English. Or not? What about synonym? Man. Yeah, classic adjective. Yeah. Okay. So this is the multi-art version which has secure boot, and this is the classic version which does not have secure boot. Yeah, so now I should be able to remove this, and this should be the right thing here. So classic, so this is recommended, this is not recommended. I mean, let's say for expert users, I mean secure boot not enable, and you can download it if you want to. Include an additional boot into partition. Okay, so now we should be okay, I guess. What the hell is this? Let's see how all of this plays out, because we have managed to check a lot of stuff here. So we have this. Super Grub2, the version. Let me see. Yeah. Secure boot not non-enabled. Yeah, the version is the same one. So this should be same string as the one we are removing here, and that's the case. And this is what we remove, and we use classic instead. I mean, the other way around. So classic is used here. Supergroup2 classic, Supergroup2 classic. So this is nice. So secure boot. So this is about make sure that that non-secure version is now the classic one. So I have a problem with this now that I think about it. Because if you take a look at the loads at this template, this is the version for multi-arch USB, but what about the CD-ROM? The CD-ROM does not have secure boot support. Wait a minute, can we have secure boot support with the CD-ROM? That's a good question. Multi-arch CD, PC CD, something. Oh my god. Should we make a secure boot version for CD? Is it going to work? Yes, it should, isn't it? But I mean, I did not want to. Yeah, okay. Multi-arch CD. I'm wondering myself, how are you able? So, how the hell do you build a CD-ROM that has the other files? So you need to. I mean, that's nonsense. So you need to create the ISO, then you need to unpack it. You need to put the extra files there, and then you need to build the ISO again by saying please boot this file and please boot this file as the first one. And yeah, although yeah, I mean, isn't it what we already do? Is there anything? What the hell is this? So we've got the. I think I'm going to release this, and then we will figure out if something else is needed. But we have this make USB and make secure boot USB. So probably the CD-ROM one is MK Rescue, if I'm not mistaken. So MK Rescue makes an ISO. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's as easy as what the hell I'm looking for. Yes, this is here. Let's see. So here up you have this stuff. So maybe it's as easy as just adding here this. The problem is that this copy secure boot default EFIs, copy secure boot external the EFIs, generate USB image. We will also need to run this secure boot to have a function that runs this with different options depending on if you want secure boot image or not, because yeah, but this is because you wanted to have secure boot image 1. Yes, I'm not sure why this was useful now that I think about it, but apparently in here there's something related to this that help us. Where the hell are you? So depending on the secure boot image value, you make it bigger or not so that you can put the stuff, but this is not needed in an ISO because you put everything. So we probably can have a supergroup MK rescue that makes a secure boot binary here, but yeah, it's probably this needs to be, yeah. So let me see. We already, yeah. Make sure the non-secure boot, you know, is the classic one. Non-secure boot. Not that non-secure boot USB version is now the classic one, and we should do. So I'm going to push this here. This is not the right one. Okay. I'm going to write down this thought about this, which is, oh my god, we should reuse Supergroup MK Rescue and make a secure boot version, which should be quite straightforward, and also modify, what's the name, news templates loads .html, so that we take into account the new naming. Wow, okay. Release proof of concept, or are we going to work on this CD-ROM, which I'm not sure if it's going to be useful or not. Yeah. Release a proof of concept. Yeah. Let's see, 1 second. How long? 1 hour. So let's see. Because the source code, oh my god, wait a minute, the source code, no. Secure boot.binaries. Okay, source code will be downloaded only once. Yeah, okay, so Supergroup MK Rescue. Yeah, this is MK ISO. So we should be able to make here MKSB Rescue, I guess. So we should be able to open all of this here. So let's take a look at what we want to do here, if it makes sense, of course. So do we want to do everything into one single commit or not? Maybe not. So yeah, so I want to copy from here. I want to check what are the differences. So probably you've got the zip file here. What the hell? So why would you do a zip file here if the usual one, yeah, the usual one also has a file, but here you have, let me see, what's the difference? Okay, never mind, I'm bored. So let's play Super Grub MK USB, Super Grub MKSB USB. Let's see what the hell do we understand from here. So we have the file name change, that's to be expected. And then there's this thing about using the using the right UIDs because of the binary disk, but the rest of it, it's the same thing. So download secure boot UEFIs, copy them into the default UEFIs, copy them into the external UEFIs, and build secure boot CFG. So my question is, do we have, so this is shared between the builds or not? That's my question, because I do not remember very well. So maybe the question is, when you download secure boot UEFIs, it's going to be downloaded to the same place, that's to be expected. But what happens with copy secure boot default UEFIs? What the hell are you copying them? So let me see. Copy this one here. So as you can see here, this is being copied into overlay, and that's my question. Where the hell overlay is being defined in this build, because I am not sure I remember quite well where the hell is this being used. So it's overlay. Okay, take a look at this. So MK Rescue makes a temporary directory and puts everything there, and the same thing happens in each one of them. So MKSB Rescue is going to do the same thing. So we are isolated between the builds. So this is nice. So we should not care about this. So that means it should be easier to do. So we have this rescue here. So let me, so we want these lines here. I don't think we need this because the ISO it's going to be the same one, although we are going to well, not sure what's gonna happen with the ISO, if you ask me. And this secure boot binaries there, you also want to have this to do this. So let me copy this to the rescue one from here. So these are the lines which are for secure boot. So they should be put here. Okay. And that's it. Now you've got the ch. So down here you've got this ch own. So that's it. So now we should play with the ISO image, otherwise this is not going to work properly. So the idea is that the one with SB has secure boot, and then we will switch whatever it's needed there. So this is Super Grub2 Disk CD, not USB. ISO. Okay. So then we need this to be run. So you would like to edit meta mkrescue, isn't it? Because it's the only explanation here. So you've got this, which is builds this USB. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Look at that. So we need to do this too here without, and we could have every one of this like an ISO, but I don't want to have so many files. So this is going to be multi-arc, and that's it, the same way that this is multi-arc, and that's it, because it's something that it's supported here. So yeah, so we want an SB hybrid build. So that's what we are going to try to do here. Okay, so let me copy and paste this and see how to do this. SB hybrid. Okay. So this should be, I mean, where the hell do you want this to be built? Here, maybe? SB hybrid. I mean, so this SB hybrid stuff should do the same thing as this thing here, but there should be some difference, which is build SGD to yeah, prefix, installation prefix hybrid. Oh my god. So we have this installation hybrid, which we do for the hybrid installation, and this is defined somewhere over the rainbow. I mean, this is defined because this is the mkrescue binary, although it's the one that we want to use, even if this is not going to be there's something wrong in all of this, because so build SGD2, what the hell do you do? So you run supergroup mk rescue with all of this. But you don't have the ISO file name, isn't it? So the ISO file name in here, is it used? Is it actually used or not? Oh, you can have an output here, which is used on the default options when you run the group mk rescue binary, which is used here as an option. Yeah, okay. So let me see. So the file name is taken into account, so that's nice. And so where the hell are we? We were this MetaMaker rescue. Yeah. So what we want to have here is we want to copy this thing here, which is SB. Oh, look at this, SB USB, SB USB. So SB, yeah, SB rescue, SB what? I mean, yeah, there is no build for CD-ROM because it was never something. I think this is also some sort of hybrid. So what you want here is, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right. So you want this as SB, and this needs to be MKSB rescue. Okay. And so this is the one that we are going to use on the, what the hell are you here, hybrid build. You want to run this function instead of the usual one. But so far, let me check what the hell do you have here. Okay, look at that. I have removed an space as I was suspecting, but I was not sure, so it's something like that. So now I should have this here, I guess. So the question is, do we want to use the same hybrid directory, isn't it? Yes, we want to use the same one because it's the same stuff. The only changes is what you put into the ISO, which you modify. The question is, will we have the right ISO put there or not? Because we are using group mk rescue, and group mk rescue, I mean, which I have here, why will it use whatever you tell you to use? I mean, it's going to use, we should try to there's nothing about core compress. There's nothing about using an AFI or another one, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. Let me see. So hit diff hybrid. Yeah, so far I mean the name is being used on this new file, so we should have supergroup meta mk rescue and also supergroup mksb rescue. And so supergroup mksb rescue should be used here somewhere. Wait a minute. What the hell? Haven't I done the commit? Oh, not yet. Okay, so let me show. Yeah, let me show whatever is here. Yeah, so here we use mksb rescue. That's what we want to use. Supergroup mksb rescue. Yeah, that's right. And that's where we have the secure boot version. And once it works, we're going to change it so that it is the right thing. So this should be something like secure boot, and this is going to be add a secure boot enabled CD-ROM too. Okay, so this should be something like this, and then you run this. Yeah, let's see what happens, because I'm not sure this is going to work as expected. Okay, so you skip the loads. Look at that, the ISO is already finished, but what the hell has been put into the ISO? That's going to be a good question. Did I copy the last stuff here? MKUSB? What the hell is this? Did I copy this one here? Yes, I did. Okay, so let's see what happens. So okay, it has finished the stuff here. So I'm wondering, did I have, yeah, I need to change this beta too. Nobody has given any feedback about this beta. Why do I even care about this? Look at that, USB bootable image recommended, CD-ROM bootable images, standalone images. Now we're going to have the secure boot 1 also here, and these are the hashes and so on, which, yeah, change lock, yeah, we will see. Okay, so now let me see, how the hell do we do this? Now I want to test the ISO. So first of all, let's check that there is an ISO, that it has a different size and so on, before anything at all. So if you take a look here, you can see how yeah, this is the zip that we copy here so that we can unzip, so we can ignore this. And if we go into releases, you can see this version here, which was being, I should have maybe bumped the version, but I have the actual releases somewhere else. Okay, so here we have something in here. So Now we have, yeah, maybe we have a lot of stuff that should not be here. Yeah, I might remove everything here now that I think about it, because otherwise this is going to get confusing. So let's build this again. Okay, so now if it doesn't explode that like other times, we should have this. Let's do it like this. So let's have yeah, let's, is this the right thing? Yeah, probably. So here, as you can see, we have different cities. Okay, and here we have the USB secure boot. Okay, and we should have maybe I have not, wait a moment, secure boot, maybe I have not pulled the last change. Okay, let me check this again. What about refreshing this? Do we have any secure boot here that I'm missing? Question is, I am missing any secure boot image. So the secure boot image is the one with USB. Apparently this is not running. Okay, let me check this again. Meta. So Meta now is running this SB hybrid build, which it's going to run this, which is going to run this in such a way that you specify the version, and if you specify the version, wait a minute. So I have this version here, which is ISO file name. Wait, and why does this work with that's a good question. Why MetaMaker Rescue? I mean, I guess that when you build this, you don't have an option. Yeah, here you don't specify. Let me see. Here you don't specify. Oh, look at that. It's here. Here it is. So we need to use this here too. So this is Super Grub2 Disk file prefix. This should be, wait a minute, so that means that the classic version, I should not have a classic version here, neither, isn't it? Or maybe not. So do we have a classic version here or not? No, we don't have it because it's not defined in the right place. So first of all, let's fix the secure boot bit here. So this should be into calling SB rescue. So this should be here, like this, secure boot. Okay. So this is something that needed to be fixed so that it works as expected. I mean, it might work or not as expected, but this needs to be fixed there. So yeah, so that means that we want to fix this like this, and also here we want to reset everything like this and make sure that this is, yeah, so restore the meta maker rescue and also delete this thing here. So now I should be able to run this, and yeah, I thought that everything maybe get to the point where we can get sensibly support both EFI and BIOS both together in installations. Yeah. Okay, let's see what the hell do we have here, because do we have classic? No. What about secure boot? Do we have the CD-ROM? Yeah, now we have a CD-ROM which is secure boot. Okay. Does it work as expected? We don't know, but we can maybe grab by CD. I mean multi-arc CD. I think it's the right thing to do. So you can see how the classical one has 26 megabytes and the secure boot one also has 26 megabytes. So it's not clear that we have more stuff in the secure boot one. So I'm not sure this is working as expected, if I'm being honest. But before doing this, I would like to fix the naming, because otherwise this is going to be wild and I do not want anything to do. I don't want to play with the building. Let me see. So the right way of changing the stuff is here with this secure boot stuff, which needs to have classic on it if it's not secure boot. So probably we want classic on everything, and the one which does not have classic, then it's the one that's, yeah. I mean, I don't want to overcomplicate stuff, because this build SGT2 is used, where the hell is used? In many places. Yeah, okay. Because otherwise this is going to be a nightmare to understand what everything is about. So you want everything that it's classic to be classic, if you ask me, because otherwise it does not make sense. But why would you put classic into everything? Yeah. Yeah, this is nuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this stuff here, which is just before group version, and I'm going to put it everywhere. We will figure out from there. So this is group version, because I think this needs to be properly done. So hybrid build, yeah, this is not using anything of this because it's done above. Yeah, okay. So now we should be able to replace this with classic. So this is classic. This is classic. This is not classic because there's secure boot in there. So this is classic. And we are done. So yeah, a lot of stuff here that might go wrong if you ask me. So far what you do here is Super Group meta make rescue. Wait a moment, so that means that secure boot already had the secure boot thing and it did not help too much to have it because something. Okay, let me see. Well, doesn't matter. So commit something like make sure non-secure boot images have classic string on them. Okay, so you also want to modify the loads.html, which I'm not sure how easy it's going to be this because we have a lot of stuff. Oh, wait a minute. So what the hell do you need to do here? Because we have not fixed the main problem, which is that we want secure boot, we don't want anything within it. So a meta rescue. Oh, wait a moment. So meta make a rescue, we don't want. So the secure boot should not have secure boot in it. That's right. So secure boot should not have secure boot on it. So we are fine now, I guess. And so what we want to do here is this is going to be the classic also here, just in case we put classic here, and the other one it's not going to be classic. Yeah, look at that, we remove this just in case it's needed. And so we also have the USB, which it's classic here, and here we don't have anything. So probably we should have everything from here fixed with this last comment, which is please use the right version for everything, so that we know what to do with all of this. So let me see. So I want to amend the last commit, which is this. And now, if I'm not mistaken, I can pull everything. I can go into this and delete everything from here because that's too much hassle. And I guess that we will be able to build the stuff and see what happens. If we have managed to do this properly or not, because I'm not sure about any of this right now. Okay, so now we have some stuff here. Not sure. So we have. Let's try. Let's check the sizes and something. So Super Grub2 and the classic one are the same size. So it would seem to me that we are missing something here. This is not copying stuff where you would want to copy stuff. Then you okay, so you've got this multi-arc stuff. Yeah, okay, so multi-arc. Let me see, how the hell is this? So yeah, let me see. So we should have the USB, which is here, .zip, which has 70.6 megabytes, and this is the one with secure boot, and this is the one without secure boot, and you have this 5 megabytes of difference, and it should happen the same thing here on these two ISOs, but I am not able to check whatever it's used there, so I'm not sure if we are doing this right, if you ask me. Okay, so yeah, probably you cannot put whatever you want, thanks to Super Grub2 Rescue, and you need to boot to make the ISO with some other method. Let me see. Yeah. Have we modified the templates finally or not? Because something that, you know, no, we have not, but let's modify them real quick. So what we want to do is to just replace this with classic, and then we remove classic or something. So let's see what we do here. So the one that needs classic to be removed, it's going to be the Super Grub2 which maybe let's take a look for it. So the one is, so this is classic, so it must be this one, which is the secure boot enabled. So we just remove classic here and classic here, and we need an ISO version also for the hybrid, which is this one here. So this needs to be copied here, and yeah, so the secure boot version should be the first one, and this is not recommended, but you know, so this is going to be secure boot enabled, secure boot enabled, even if it does not work right now, but that's the idea. So you remove classic from here and classic from here. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, so now I think that secure boot enabled, so this is classic. Yeah, so this is the classic one. Did I use classic on capital letters up here? Yeah, so let's use also classic here. Multi-arch CD. So yeah, so let's fix this here so that the last one is, yeah, let's put everything into the same commit, otherwise let's see if everything is the right thing here. This is the CD-ROM, okay, and so let's amend this. Okay, so Docker, we should reset this and see what the hell does this want from us. Okay, now we pull origin and with the load we remove everything from here, because I'm not sure this is something that we want to keep, because we are changing the stuff. Okay, so now I should be able to build this, hopefully. Sources list, dot sources migration work. Okay, so we have finished, and we can, yeah, maybe we can check here what the hell is in the directory. Okay, let's see what the hell do we have here. So we have the secure boot version, and here is the classic one, which has less megabytes. That's okay. And we also have this 26 megabyte multi-arc CD, which it's the same thing as this one here, I guess, which should be a classic one. So that's not why. Yeah. So apparently we are missing something here. Okay. Yeah. So I think that the problem is that when the only thing related to MK USB, let me see. Yeah, I'm asking myself if the reason why this is not working as expected. Let's write it down, just in case we the new secure boot image does not have more size than the classic one. Something must be wrong. CD image. So okay. So what do you do here? Copy secure boot default EFIs. Yeah, so I think that when you build this from here, you're running this copy secure. So this generate USB image MBR. If you take a look at it, you will see how it's going to. Where the hell are you? No, it's going to make the image bigger. It's not going to copy anything. Let me see. So this is going to use this one here, which it's going to use this one here, and finally we are going to use MKSB rescue, which is here, and you just use the overlay folder, and the overlay folder is something. So why? So copy secure boot external EFIs. Do you copy this into the overlay or not? That's the question that I have myself. Do you copy this into the overlay? Yes, you copy it. But why isn't this working at all? Then Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure why this is not working. So let's push this, because this works more or less. Okay, so I'll be back in 5 minutes, I think, because I want to debug this. So let me see. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm putting this if there's no one looking these videos. I'll be back. Okay, so let's go back. Let me see. Okay, so I'm back. So let's see why the hell this is not working as expected. I mean, not sure what we need to do, but yeah. So basically, we need to debug this mksb rescue. So you've got the copy secure boot default EFIs, copy secure boot external EFIs, build secure boot.cfg. Maybe we could take a look inside of the ISO, but so are you kind of placing Colin Watson on the Ubuntu side, the Ubuntu distro for group stuff? I am a bit disconnected from group side Debian Ubuntu since a few years now. Okay, so default EFIs, external EFIs. Let me see. Default EFI, external EFIs. Why the hell this is not working as expected? Maybe I should okay, so let me see. Okay, so let me see. Maybe we can try to boot this and see, to mount this and see what the hell is inside of it. Let me see. Trying to find someone to hire. Yeah, okay. So mount is the auto. What's the Super Grub non So the question is, are we, so this is this a problem about, is this a problem let's see. Let's see what the hell we have here. Boot group. Maybe the problem is that we are implying that EFI folder is there and it's not there, and then everything falls apart. But it shouldn't be the case, because you want to create EFI and so on if it does not exist. So let's try. So download secure boot EFIs and copy them. Let's take a look if this creates stuff or not. The first place. So yeah, it should create EFI and boot into the overlay. So I'm not sure what's happening. What's happening here? Yeah. Okay. Kind of group soon. New kind of group. What do you mean? Sector will be quite different than the current one. An early built Linux that doesn't call exit boot services and run with emus. Yeah. An early boot Linux. Yeah. This already exists. Not sure what was the name of the project. Something like Cabot or something like that. I think I saw a DevConf conference about unified kernel image. Sort of keyboard. Okay, let me check one thing. Group mu. Okay. We'll keep an eye on it. Okay, so EFI, why can't we have EFI properly done? Linux because Red Hat doesn't want to invest in rewritten file system drivers for group, okay, or like RAID drivers. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, why does not have EF5 folder and so on. So I need to take a look at the overlay before doing any of this, because otherwise this is not going to work properly. Hmm. Yeah. Linux kernel as a group hyperversion. That project that I remember mod Cabot or Camod or something that was used by IBM, I think, was a bootloader in itself. It did not reuse group stuff. Okay, let's play a bit with this, because otherwise this is not funny. So I want to check the overlay. Grub mu inside Linux and power or system C. So let me see. So the idea is that you run mksb rescue with all of this. And even build secure boot CFG. I mean, even this should be build secure boot. Is this one here? Oh, look at that. Return this if this is not an actual platform. FE platforms. Might that be the problem? That we should enforce Debian City Sprint. Let's see what the hell is FOSDEM. FOSDEM. Usually it's in Europe. 4-5 February in Brussels. Oh, that's nice. Let's see how the hell do we define this. What the hell is define this thing here? So apparently you get the data for the EFI platforms from okay, let me see how the hell is being done this. So the EFI platforms I use thanks to this. However, I don't think we have such a thing here. Let me check. No, we don't have such a thing. So that means that you don't define this variable which is used later in the supergroup mk command to say, do we want to run this or not? Do we want to run this or not? The same thing happens here. So we need this new stuff. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's probably the problem. What more stuff we have on secure boot USB stuff? User ID and group ID. Do we have this on here? No, we don't, and we need them because otherwise you don't know how to make the right stuff down here. Yeah, so we should fix this first and then we will see how to do the rest of it. So let's copy and paste some stuff from here. So you want this new settings on the options, okay? So let's go into this one here, font binary. Okay, so this is the new stuff that you want to have here. Okay, and now you want to use these FE platforms properly from MetaMaker Rescue, I guess. So let me see. Yeah, you also want to use user ID, so it should be quite easy to check. Look at that. EFI platforms, but EFI platforms, is it the same thing for everyone, or how does it work? No, you have to define it if you want them to, so that means that wait a minute. Why do I have this here? If the secure boot is this one here. So this is not okay. This should be the other way around. So this should be here. FE platform should be this. And this is the order that you want to use with the secure boot. And so this secure boot platform here, you want to use it on the, where the hell is this? Okay. So we want to add this on the secure boot version here, which is here. Okay, why don't we have, why is there a MK font binary here? Probably it's something that you need when you do an USB version. You want the MK font binary. Okay, but it's also here. Group MK font binary version. Okay, so let's do this. So this is the secure boot version. Here you are. So here you have the USD group ID FE platforms, and so these FE platforms, yeah, why would you, what would you use? Okay, so FE platforms are being set by a formal script, so we want to make sure that when we run the secure boot version, let me see, this is the USB hybrid, so we already know that it has these platforms here. Here we make sure that we use these ones here, which are from here. We have managed to have this order here, and this needs to be used on the one which is used to build the CD. And where the hell is this? We don't know. Let's take a look. Where is the CD one? Here, isn't it? The target USB, target CD. Look at that. So this is where I want to define that I want these FE platforms here to be copied here, and hopefully with all of this we're going to be able to run this, which already uses FE platforms, to put it there as FE platforms. Hopefully this is good enough for everything to work as expected. Okay, let me see. What do we have around here? So, yeah. So this should be a commit. Make it's actually secured, but I mean, not sure what to put there properly. So we should be able to just pull this, then run this, see what happens. Okay. Let's see what happens now with the sizes. So we should have this ISO, which is with secure boot 37 megabytes, and we should have another one which is here 26 megabytes. So apparently we have like 11 megabytes extra. Okay, yeah, that makes sense because I was always checking the USB image. So you can see there is only 5 megabytes, but this is a compressed image. However, this here is not a compressed image. So we should be able to test this and see what the hell happens. So if we can boot with this inside of the Docker, or the the live image. So let me see, how the hell do we do this? So we have some images here. So this is something like non-secure boot. So this is USB non-secure boot, and this is USB secure boot. Okay. Let's try again. This is going to be x64, and this is going to be x64. Okay, and now I'm going to rename this as the secure boot 1, but IA32. Okay, so now I want to copy this, and this is going to be the CD secure boot. Okay, so CD secure boot, I want to use this as a CD-ROM. So let's do it. So yeah, let me try it around here. So this is the directory, which, yeah, so directory, and then I want this file, which is the secure boot 1. Nice. So let's copy this and copy it here. Okay, now we can copy this here as non-secure boot CD, and that means that I can modify the value here, and yeah, probably I can just add classic there. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I should be able to add classic here, isn't it? What the hell is this? Classic image CD multi-arc ISO. Yeah, it's the same thing. I just have to add classic there, and that's it. So Super Grub2 classic. Yeah, that's right. Classic. Nice. Okay. So first of all, let's try to start the one which is not secure boot. Okay. So how the hell is this? Why does it take? Oh, I'm missing the menu. Is that right? I should run something about the menu. We always miss about this. Okay, so boot menu on. Okay, so that I can do whatever I want to. and now boot manager, I should be able to boot from the DVD, and it does not work. And if you go too fast, you will see how it doesn't like it, because it's not what's the name. And here we can help this is not secure boot. So now we're going to try the secure boot one, and yeah, so let's go into boot manager and try to boot the DVD, and it does not work. Why is that? Because whatever we have on EFI is not the right thing to have there. Oh, the question is, how the hell does a CD-ROM work? That's the good question. Yeah, probably not doing this right. Probably can we even have secure boot on a CD-ROM? I mean, the secure boot UEFI firmware support booting from a CD-ROM. Because this is not working, so I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, or there's some I'm not talking about yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong. This is just should not be here or whatever. Yeah. Now it has the secure boot stuff, but it does not work. Probably because script mkrescue overrides it's pointing to boot Linux instead of signed grub UEFI, or I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, if I've been able to install Ubuntu, that means that there's a way of doing this. Probably with a grub.efi image, which is what the grub mkrescue does. Oh, oh, yeah. And that's it. Wait a minute. It's trick might be this FE at the root of the CD-ROM. We'll searching from there. Sorry to bother you. Yeah. Sorry to bother you. Apparently adding secure boot support for different vendors to it's more difficult than apparently adding secure boot support for different vendors to CD-ROM is more difficult than them to an USB. Hopefully I don't have to bring up different fe.emg for each one of the vendors. Okay. Yeah, so this does not seem to work quite well, so let's disable this altogether. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disable this from here, so that we have this version here which we are not using, which is the one with the CD. We don't want this, because otherwise this is not okay. And yeah, probably you want to probably the USB CD-ROM from Ubuntu has secure boot with EFI.emt2. So let me check. So you want to just remove from emitter rescue. We just want to remove this hybrid here, so that everything is okay. Why would you like a CD-ROM? Yeah, it will be something secure boot disable, secure boot CD build for now. Yeah, so we should be able to publish this and see if it works as expected or something, because otherwise, I mean, probably not today, but yeah. So let's remove all of the stuff that we have here and let's build everything, see what happens. So what the hell? Okay, let me see. How the hell? Yeah, so let's remove from the releases. Let's remove all of this. Let's tell this to build everything again. Okay, so Yeah, I mean, we let's see this secure boot build for now. I think that you want a custom EFI EMG in the live CD so that it's capable of secure boot EFI with something like Debian, I mean Ubuntu EFI, though, in order to put into another RAM disk, do some stuff. But that's some more work. So related to secure boot CD. Yeah, I think that's also check how secure boot is implemented in the Ubuntu ISO, because I have seen when I have mounted this version somewhere, I have seen how yeah, where the hell did I mount this? Not here. Well, I'm not sure where the hell I mounted this. But yeah, anyway, I think I have seen an fe.emg on the ISO, okay, and that means that you know that it's there. So do I? Yeah, I have done this here. So here the find, as you can see, now we should have more steps. So we have all the EFI directories with this, which only makes sense. Wait a minute, haven't I run this without this or not? And here you have this EFI.emg, which I think it's the one that it's been used for everything. So that's what you want to replace with whatever Debian is using in their live CDs. That's what we need to take a look at and see how the hell to replicate it, because yeah, so let's write it down and let's hope we don't have to make another secure boot way of doing stuff with all of this, because this is getting nuts. Custom AFI, yeah. So check, and also check Debian ISO, and also check whatever package has this fe.image. Yeah, okay. So I think I'm going to end the video here. I might make a version, so release proof of concept here. So next version it's going to be the release, so that everyone can test this. Okay, one version, and release the proof of concept, and then we will try to work out how the hell do you do a secure boot CD and see if it makes sense or not, and work on that while we have some feedback from this. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video.